Hey allihopa, hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of Say It In Swedish, the very first episode of 2022. I'm your host, Joachim, and today I thought let's kick this year off with a smile, with something funny. So we're gonna take a look at Sweden's funniest place names. The Swedish language magazine Språktidningen, their readers got to vote for the prettiest place names and the funniest place names. So I have the list here with me, and I'm gonna throw in some of my own favorites as well, but let's kick things off with number 10 on the list, which is Vashta. I think that's how you would pronounce it, but if you read it, it's spelled exactly like Vashta. Vashta means the worst. So that's a pretty funny place name. Vashta. Vashta. Can you hear the difference? I think it's hard for some people that aren't used to pitch accents to really hear the difference. But we have a long A there in Vashta, right? Vashta and Vashta. And I think this is the pronunciation because the ending sta is basically stad, city or town, sta, and it's very common for place names, and pronouncing them with this pitch accent is very common. So I think it's gonna be Vashta. Number 9 on the list might seem harmless to you, and in this context, obviously, it is harmless, but it could also mean something dirty, and that's why it made the list. So, the name is Melan Gordon. Melan Gordon, it just means middle farm. It sounds like something from Barnen I Bullerbyn, which is a book by Astrid Lindgren about a village with 3 farms, and they're all happy and friends and together and do stuff. It sounds like this idyllic Swedish village, right? Melan Gordon. However, however, it made the list because Melan Gordon is also the area between your anus and your genitals. Next we have mensalvaret, and I know men's periods can be pretty serious for the ones experiencing those. But ett Alvar is something we have on the island of Öland, for instance. It's very famous for its Alvar, and it has nothing to do with seriousness here. It's about a plain, a huge plain with limestone soil so that plants cannot really grow there. There are just a few plants that can survive here. So that's what it is. Has nothing to do with periods or seriousness. When you read number 7 on the list, it will make you chuckle because it looks like it would be Boostlet. Boostlet means something super easy, super simple. Something is easy to do. It's child's play, basically. And here we have let. Let would be simple or easy, and we have bus, which is like kind of like harmless mischief. But we also use it as a prefix here for like an intensifier. Something super easy is Boostlet. However, this is a place name, so I would say it has something to do with slätt instead. Bu plus slätt, and slätt in this case is a plain. So it looks funny, like most of these names. If you dissect the name, it's not that funny, but it made the list. It's number 7, so people think it's pretty funny. At least as a Swede, if you read it, it will take you aback a little bit, and you will be like, what is this place? Number 6 is hey. Don't ask me why, but it just is. Hey. Alright, so now we made it to the middle of the list, and to be honest, I don't know why this one is number 5, because it's not that funny. But here goes. Normlösa. And maybe I haven't gotten the joke, but if I read it, it would mean something like those people, they have no norms or no standards. standardless. I don't know. But let's dissect this further. So lösa is a common suffix here. Lösa really means a clearing or a meadow. It's not more exciting than that. Number 4 is kind of weird. It's just aha. Aha. Something we Swedes say when we realize something. Aha. Aha. I don't know if this is the correct pronunciation of this place name. I have no idea. But aha. And now we are finally come to the real funny ones. We have top 3 here, and number 3 is actually the only one that has something to do with the words in it. Basically, the only funny one that is actually to be taken literally, and we have Quackness. Quack means bum, and Näs means isthmus, and it's a common place name suffix, Näs. You'll see it everywhere all the time if you just look at some signs. But Quackness, that's the funny one, because it actually is about something that kind of looks like a bum, like a bottom end. Just have a look here. Have a look here, for instance. Here you can see it. It's on the island of Färingsö in Mälaren, very close to Stockholm. You know, Stockholm is basically in the archipelago, and there are a lot of islands here, and you can see the bum right here. Here it is, and that's why this place is called Quackness. Number 2, ladies and gentlemen, is Frufällan, the wife trap. But as always, or mostly, it has nothing to do with wives or traps. Unfortunately, you can't go there to get yourself a Nordic wife. I'm sorry, it doesn't work that way in Sweden. But it has to do with Frugården, fru, farm. I don't know if fru has something to do with women or wives, or maybe mistress of the farm or something like that, mistress of the house. I don't know. But fälla here has nothing to do with traps. It has to do with timber, like the cutting area of a forest where they, you know, where trees are falling. And then we have number 1, and I really understand why this is number 1. It would be my number 1 too. We have snålkuk. Snålkuk. It's just so funny to say snålkuk. It rolls off the tongue. It sounds vulgar, but in a funny way. Snålkuk. It's something I would like to say to someone I want to borrow money of, but I'm not getting any money. I would just say, din jävla snålkuk. Really, this doesn't mean like that someone is ungenerous or like tight with their money. They don't want to give you any money. That's what snål really means. Snål in Swedish, it's an adjective. It means, I wouldn't say greedy. It's that you don't want to give your money away, rather than that you want to take money, right? And it's something you call smålänningar, you know. Smålänningar, the people living in Småland, they are known for being this, snål. Okay, that's like off topic. But anyway, snål, that's what snål means. Kuk just means cock. In a, you know, sense. Snålkuk. So it's kind of funny thing to say, but what it really means, it's from Sami, and it's from Sami snolke or something, snolki. I don't speak Samish, so I'm sorry, but snolki. Something like that. And it really has something to do with cliffs. We have a lot of Sami place names that have been Swedified, and this is what happens. Alright, so that's the entire list, but I've got a few bonuses for you that I like. For instance, we have Snoptorp, wiener cabin. It's just also like snålkuk. It's something that rolls off your tongue so well. Snoptorp, wiener cabin. Snoptorp. it's a place in Eskilstuna, which is a bigger Swedish city. We don't have big cities in Sweden, but it's bigger than normal. Then we have Mensträsk. It's one of the funnier ones. However, it has nothing to do with periods, obviously. This has to do with the Sami word for a reindeer calf, if I'm not mistaken. So that's a mens, or men, or men. I don't know, really. And then we have träsk. Träsk is a swamp. So the whole name would sound like period swamp to someone from Stockholm, like myself. But what it really is, it's the newborn reindeer calf lake. All right, because in the north of Sweden, a träsk is the word for a lake. For me, it's the word for a swamp. So to me, it's a period swamp. To them, it's not. Then we have two places close to Stockholm. We have Fittja, which means beach meadows. Sounds a lot like fitta, which means cunt in Swedish. And lastly, we have Trosa, which sounds like panty, but has something to do with the river there. But I couldn't find exactly what Trosa would mean here. Alright everyone, that was everything for today. I hope that you learned something from this. Like how Swedish place names work, a few suffixes here and there, and maybe some new words. But if not, hopefully I could bring you to smile a little bit and give you a nice start of the day. And we will see each other in the next video. In the meantime, you could go to sayitinswedish.com to learn some more Swedish. You could go to our Discord server to chat a little bit with me, and you can go to Patreon to support this project, and you can buy my book. All links are in the description down below, and we will see each other in the next video. Alright, take care. Hej då, puss och kram.